Hey guys, Lightning here, and welcome back to another episode of Luigi's Mansion, the final episode of Luigi's Mansion, bar any bonus episodes I might need to do. Last time we collected all 50 of the boos that were on the loose. Of course, our last portrait goat? Our last portrait ghost, not goat, being Vincent Van Gogh. And now today we are ready to get our brother back. We are ready to save Mario from the clutches of the king of all boos. So we're down here in the cellar, and with our brand new key in hand, we make our way to the hallway. Ignore this guy. As usual, ow! Get blown up by these stupid bomb ghosties. And enter our way down this mysterious chamber that I pointed out in last episode. We couldn't do anything then, but now, with a brand new key in hand, we can enter after we slowly put our key in the lock and turn what's that behind you? I'm kidding. Happy Halloween, by the way. It is Halloween as I'm recording this. So, well, it's not Halloween as I'm recording this. It's Halloween as you're watching it. As I'm recording it, it's actually the 29th. But close enough. Happy Halloween! This was totally planned. Actually, it was extremely planned. You wouldn't believe how much hassle it was trying to get this done in 13 parts and make sure it's exactly 13 parts. Anyway, we have entered the secret altar. And there's Mario. I could stare at my Mario painting for hours. It's true what they say about fine art. It takes utterly refined sensibilities to truly appreciate it. The way you plead for help, Mario, I find it so satisfying. Perhaps that is merely because I remember how much trouble you've caused me in the past. What past? Actually, believe it or not, this was King Boo's first appearance, but supposedly his first appearance fighting Mario was in Super Mario Sunshine, a game that would come out a few years later on the GameCube, so this is a prequel to a game that hadn't even been released at the time? Question mark? I don't know. Mario canon isn't exactly a thing. If Nintendo doesn't care, why should I? They just make fun games. Seriously though, who would have believed that this mansion that they give out mansions given away in contests? Talk about stupid. What do they feed you, Mario brothers, anyway? Gullible soup? You brothers came all this way just to get turned into a painting. It's just terrific. However, this Mario painting looks lonely, and I must have a Luigi painting as well. Then my gallery will be truly complete. I am not afraid of you, fool. I fear only that infernal Poltergust 3000 you carry on your back. Stupid machine. But I am a king among boos. I swear it. I shall fear no mere house-cleaning device. I must say, I despise the way you vacuumed up all my friends. Don't imagine that I'll flee. I'll fight you like a true boo. Now join your brother inside the painting. And now that my throat has been utterly ripped to shreds by doing my best King Boo impression, the painting turns from Mario to Bowser. This is it, guys! The final fight of Luigi's Mansion.
Luigi versus Bowser? Question mark? So, of course, they do say that King Boo is the master of illusions. And, of course, well, why wouldn't he use that ability in this final battle? Now, what you're gonna want to do is not grab that heart, apparently. You're not gonna want to get sucked up by Bowser's little vacuum breath thingy. What you're gonna want to do instead is grab one of these bombs. Try not to fall on that. Point it up at Bowser. Why is that not working? And boop, off with his head. Which is so freaky. And out of this fake Bowser is King Boo with an astronomical 500 HP. Now Bowser's head, of course, is going to do its own thing and shoot volleys of ice at you. And eventually King Boo will go back inside of his illusion-controlled Bowser. Now I'm not actually sure if this is like the corpse of the real Bowser or if this is just a made-up illusion. I always assumed it was just a complete illusion. Like, none of this was real. But I'm not entirely sure, considering Madame Clairvoyant pointed out the fact that Bowser is basically dead at this point in the game. And I guess it would be like a Boo to practice necromancy and bring him back and then possess the body. I don't know. It's Halloween, guys. What do you want from me? But I actually absolutely adore this fight. And this game does so much for Luigi's just character and personality as a whole. I mean, this is easily probably his biggest fear brought to life, and this time, there's no Mario to help. This is Luigi against the bros' biggest fear, their biggest enemy. Of course, that being Bowser. And he's all on his own, just like he has been this entire game. He may be the scaredy cat of both brothers, but you have to admit, he's got a lot of courage and a lot of heart. And his game did wonders for his character, in my opinion. So now that we've bopped off Bowser's head once more, let's try to get King Boo. Avoid the volleys of ice that come your way. And now King Boo is under 100 HP, so we're almost done. And this is seriously the creepiest thing. Bowser's head is on backwards. Now, if you have him destroy some of these flower pots, of course, you can get a little bit of HP back, which I highly recommend you do if you're in my position and you're kind of dying. So let's grab one of these bombs. I said grab one of these bombs. Never mind, I guess we'll wait until next cycle. Alright, come here. Oh, poison mushrooms are here. That was dumb. Am I gonna die? I might actually die if I'm not careful. We gotta finish this quick. Alright, come on, King Boozer, Bowser, King Boo. I don't know what to call you right now. And boop! Off with its head. And out comes King Boo for what may be the last time? I don't really know. Come here, and that's it! That's the fight! We have captured King Boo and defeated his illusion Bowser slash the dead body of Bowser slash Bowser costume. I really don't know what this thing is. All I know is that it is absolutely horrifying. If you told me that there was a decapitated Bowser in a Mario game before this came out, I don't think I would have believed you, but here we are. Anyway, with Bowser, King Boo, hybrid defeated. Luigi! Luigi, you did it! Truly remarkable, my boy! I supplied the Poltergust 3000, but you ran with it all the way to the top, Sonny. You made me so proud. Get a hold of yourself, Gad. What's that? You found King Boo? He jumped into a painting of Bowser, you say? He even blew fire at you? Well, in all my years of ghost research, I've never heard of such a fantastical tale. And that career spanned 60 years, mind you. Why, I still recall starting out as a young whelp who trembled at the mere thought of a ghost. Trembled, I say! Oh, I beg your pardon. This old brain goes recollecting every now and again. I could sit down and fill a week spanning ghost yarns. Why, just last... Anyway. Luigi's like, I'm done with this. Right, anywho, Luigi. Grab your brother's painting and bring him back to the lab. Why, the poor little feller's fallen asleep. He must have just collapsed with relief and exhaustion when he saw you arrive. I'll get the machine ready to return your brother to his former state, alrighty? I'll be expecting you both. Alright, little bro. Or big bro. Actually, which one's older, Mario or Luigi? Well, alright, bro. Let's take you home. And Luigi triumphantly leaves the mansion with his prize. Good on you, Luigi. Seriously, this was the first game where Luigi was basically like the head of the show. I mean, he's always been number 2, and really people probably didn't think much of him before this game, but here he is, facing his fears, all for the love of his brother. It's really touching when you think about it. Facing his anxieties head on in the face of certain doom. Mario probably would have been able to handle this situation, I don't know, maybe easier, possibly. I mean, he is the quote-unquote hero of the Mushroom Kingdom, so Luigi's always had a big shadow to fill. But, I mean, I think he's proven himself. Absolutely worthy in my eyes. He is a true Mario bro. This'll mess with your head. All your hard work lasted only a single night. Well done, Luigi. Actually, it lasted quite a few recording sessions, but you know, a single night. The mansion as Boo's built disappeared into the night. But that treasure seems to be real. I have no interest in such stuff, so go on and keep it all. Use it however you wish. Say what? Enough rattling on about money? I guess we'd better get your brother back then. See, Luigi's like, screw money. I had the most important thing. The love of my brother. Of course, your brother's really important, but first we have to take care of these last ghosts. Of course, Luigi, if you don't need that money, I mean, if you want to send it my way, I'm kidding. So there we go, we have King Boo and somehow the head of Bowser's in the machine, even though the head of Bowser was left when we left the painting. At the end of the fight, it was just kind of laying there, but alright, whatever. The ghosts are invisible for the last time, so we need to for the last time. Press them into visible forms for the last time. It is until Dark Moon. And presto, turn them into beautiful ghost portraits. Ah, look at them all. I wonder if I scored a bronze on any one of these ghosts. I mean, I know I didn't gold them all, but I'm hoping I didn't really get too many bronzes. No, that's a gold. I was like, that might be a bronze. It's a little hard to tell bronze and gold in this game, I'm not gonna lie. I'd wager dollars to donuts that nobody but me has such lovely paintings. And with that, we have cleared Area 4. We've caught Uncle Grimly, Jarvis, my personal favorite, Van Goor, Soupy, the Clockwork Soldiers, Sir Weston? Oh, that was the guy in the ice room. And finally, King Boo. Not too shabby, if I do say so myself. Did I get a bronze on King Boo? I think I got a bronze on King Boo. Seriously? That's one of my better King Boo fights. Really? I guess it's because of all the health I lost. I don't know. But that was for a grand total of 23 ghosts. And now it took us 2.5 hours to get through that. We defeated 217 ghosts overall and acquired so much treasure. But how much did we find in this area of the mansion? Quite a bit, I'd imagine, considering we went after speedy spirits and golden mice, although we had a lot more success with the golden mice. And now, our total is fittingly 78,710,000 gold. Not too shabby if I say so myself. Now, of course, you can do a lot better. There's a lot more hidden secrets and gems that you could have found, and especially if you got all the golden mice and the speedy spirits, you'd definitely be looking a lot better off for money. But all in all, I'd say this is pretty good. Now, the gold that you get actually does affect the ending, and I'll talk about that in a little bit when it becomes relevant. But for now, let's bask in the fact that we have a completed Luigi's Mansion save file with all 50 ghosts. Or all 50 Boos, rather, and all the portrait ghosts. And let's see how this story wraps up.
Mamma mia. Oh, oh,
The end. I really like that ending. Luigi crying tears of joy at seeing his beloved brother back, and probably also crying tears of joy that he faced all of his anxieties and doesn't have to deal with any of that anymore. But with that, we have completed Luigi's Mansion for the 3DS. Of course, originally on the GameCube, but the remake for the 3DS. All in all, I really adore this game. Seriously, I play it every year around this time because it is just the perfect game for Halloween, and I'm so glad that this year I was able to take you guys on this journey. And it was honestly probably one of the best games I could have picked to come back into the video making scene. And I'm really glad that I picked it because it's just so much fun. This game came to me during a really just not great time. Every Halloween I would get together with family members, specifically my great aunt and great uncle, who are sadly just no longer with us. And the year after they passed, I had to face Halloween without them because they'd always show up every single Halloween, and that was rough. But I found this game, and it got me through that time, and I was able to find my love of the holiday again. And just, I don't know, it's cheesy, but I love the kind of cheese. It's got character, it's got charm, it's got the atmosphere down pat. Is it the scariest game? No, of course not. But it's just good old-fashioned fun, you know? And if you're not having fun, well, what's the point? Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this series. It really does mean a lot. And before I started Luigi's Mansion, I did say that I would be releasing a new project for you guys tomorrow, that being The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. I do want to say that that is not going to happen. I've decided to push Majora's Mask to a later date, and I do believe it'll make more sense being played at that point in time than it does being played now. So that begs the question, what am I playing next? We'll talk about that in a couple of weeks. We're not going to have a project starting immediately after Luigi's Mansion. It'll be closer to probably the second week of November, but we'll talk about that another time. And so the matter of the ghosts was settled. Professor Egad was so delighted to have all his paintings returned, and he gave all the treasure to Luigi. And the mansion was torn down. And now welcome to Luigi's brand new mansion. Wow, I got a B? Holy crap. I think that's actually the best I've ever done. I was expecting to get like an F or a D. There are, of course, tons of different mansions for getting different ranks. I do believe that the remake introduced the S rank. I think in the original game, the highest you could get was A, and on screen, those images should be flashing by now. One thing to note, actually, is that the D rank mansion that you get, or if you scored a D, is actually canonically the mansion that Luigi does get, and it shows up in Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. Speaking of which, have you had a chance to do what I asked, Luigi? Let's take a look. You explored the mansion all by your lonesome, Luigi. When you've got the chance, make sure to take Luigi along. I'll leave Luigi in the lab over there. Make use of him whenever you can. Oh, don't worry, Egad. He's gonna get plenty of use in the third outing. See you again soon! And speaking of the third outing, at the end of this video, right around now, if you're watching this live when it goes up, I should actually be live on my Twitch channel playing Luigi's Mansion 3, newly released as of this Halloween. So, of course, if you want more Luigi's Mansion action, join me over there. And of course, also on my archive channel, we played Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon for the very first time while let's playing this game. And I gotta say, it was a ton of fun experiencing that for the first time live with viewers, and you can watch those stream VODs on the archive channel linked in the description below. So, yeah, got plenty of Luigi's Mansion action for you if you were really enjoying this series and don't quite want to say goodbye yet. And of course, when I'm done playing 3, that will also be uploaded to the archive channel as well for those who couldn't make it live. Anyway, guys, that is basically gonna do it for me for Luigi's Mansion. So I really do hope that you enjoyed. This was a ton of fun. Really glad that I chose this game to get back into video making with. And I'm basically just saying all the same things over again, but this game truly is near and dear to my heart. And I'm glad to see that so many people are seeing that this game is indeed worth their time, because when it first came out, it was just kinda not really passed up on, but also it just wasn't super popular. And I know it's not exactly popular with a lot of people still, but I like it just fine. One thing I would like to mention is that once you've cleared the game, you actually have access to the Hidden Mansion. Now, the Hidden Mansion is a harder version of the game, with the bosses and the ghosts having more HP, dealing more damage, all that fun stuff, and all the speedy spirits are in brand new locations. I'm not going over that, but if you do want a challenge and you want to play more Luigi's Mansion, of course the Hidden Mansion is for you. Maybe I'll play the Hidden Mansion someday. I've actually never played it myself, but maybe someday on a stream, or maybe we'll come back to this some other day. The last thing, of course, that I want to show you is an Easter egg that was left into the game that I actually didn't show when I should have, which probably was the first episode. So just give me a couple minutes to get that all set up. Hold on a minute, hold on a minute. Before I show you that Easter egg I just talked about, I just realized we actually never took a trip to the gallery to look at the Area 4 ghosts and to see exactly how I did. So this is Future Lightning, who was editing this episode and realized, hey, I think we're missing something. If you go back to the gallery, you get yourself a big old statue. Now, I do believe... Let me see. Okay, sorry about that jump cut there, but I wanted to do a little bit of research as to what this statue entails. Now, this is basically how well I did during this game getting the achievements. Basically, I didn't do very good at all. I'll have a picture on screen of what the actual full statue looks like if you manage to complete all achievements in the game. There's, of course, the easy achievements, the beginner achievements, and then the master achievements. Those you have to get by playing the Hidden Mansion, and there's a whole lot of different objectives that you have to do. Some are hidden, some aren't. There is a full achievement list on the Super Mario Wiki if you are curious. But yeah, this statue basically grades your performance on how well you've done on your achievements for this particular game file. Okay, now there is one thing I wanted to talk about when it comes to the portrait ghosts themselves. There are currently 3 ranks that you can unlock for the portrait ghosts. As you can see, I got a silver on Chauncey, and of course, by getting a silver, I also unlocked gold, or unlocked bronze, but did not get gold. Some ghosts I did indeed get a gold rank on, such as, let me see, such as Spooky the dog. We have a gold rank for him, and then silver and bronze. I've gone over this before, but there's actually a 4th rank exclusive to Luigi's Mansion on the 3DS, and it's also exclusive to the game's harder mode, that being the Hidden Mansion I mentioned earlier. That you actually can manage to try to get platinums, and of course getting a platinum for all the portrait ghosts in the game will reward you with an even higher tier statue, because of course it's one of the achievements, so of course it's going to count towards this little guy. So, Anyway, now that I've explained all of that, you can indeed rematch the ghosts if you want to try to go for a better score, and I do believe it does count. So say if I wanted to try to get a golden portrait of Uncle Grimly, I could enter a portrait battle and try it again, but I'm not going to do that, so yeah, I just wanted to point that out that this is indeed something you can do if you want to go for true 100%, of course. Um, and as I did find out as I was looking at the achievements off screen, there, of course, are achievements for getting all the Speedy Spirits in both the normal game and the Hidden Mansion, so you're going to need to look up the new locations of the Speedy Spirits in the Hidden Mansion because they are not in the same places as they were during this playthrough. And, of course, you're going to need to get all 20 golden mice, that being the 10 in the normal game and the 10 in the Hidden Mansion. So, with that really long-winded explanation finished, the first new painting that we have here, this is the painting I was thinking that I was missing, but in actuality, it just wasn't unlocked to us until after the blackout. Of course, it's Uncle Grimly, who unfortunately passed at the age of 45. Of course, I'm going to bring that up because, I don't know, I find these details a little interesting. The Clockwork Soldiers, of course, are question mark years old.
Hmm?
Soupy's 7 years old. Dude, what?
Hmm.
Jarvis is, of course, unknown.
Hmm?
Sir Weston was only 30. Ooh. Why did everybody die in this family so young? Like, what?
Hmm.
And of course, there is Vincent Van Gogh, who died at the age of 59. Despite failing to sell a single painting in 30 years, this stubborn man refuses to let his art die. Of course, that is a reference to the real life Vincent van Gogh, who found more success, unfortunately, in death than he ever did in life. Sometimes that's art for you. But anyway, guys, this is our completed gallery, and I just wanted to show this off before I talk about that Easter egg that I mentioned before doing that jump cut. Of course, if you want to go for all the platinum portraits, I commend you, and you want to play the Hidden Mansion, to get all the platinum portraits, honestly, like, Godspeed, you're gonna need it. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this little section. Anyway, onwards to the Easter egg I was talking about. See you guys in a sec. Okay, once you've started up a new game, once you're on this screen, what you want to do is stay exactly on this screen for 3 full minutes. Now, you might be wondering, what the heck is this about? Well, I would be remiss if I didn't mention the music in this game is amazing, and that music was composed by the legendary composer Kazumi Totaka. Now, Totaka has basically put a bit of an Easter egg in every single game he has ever worked on, kind of a bit of a signature slash calling card, and that is, of course, Totaka's song. It is found in all kinds of games, like the Animal Crossing series specifically. Just look up Totaka's song on YouTube. There's a huge amount of games the man has worked on, and of course, you can find this little jingle of his in every game in new and fascinating ways. Seriously, some of the ways that you have to find this little Easter egg are absolutely insane. This is one of the tamer versions. Now, the reason I didn't point this out the first time is because I wasn't entirely sure if it was actually still in the 3DS remake, and it wasn't until after I was already pretty far into recording that I realized that it's actually in the same place it always was. So, that's a bit of an unfortunate, just fail on my part. But anyway, guys, that is going to do it for me. Again, as you are probably finishing watching this video, I will be going live with Luigi's Mansion 3 for the first time. So if you want to join me, that is if my copy actually showed up on time, if you want to join me, I'll be over there. But yeah, this has been a super fun project, and I'll see you guys next time for a sequel I think y'all are going to enjoy. But of course, we'll talk about that at a later date, probably closer to the second week of October. For now, I leave you with Totaka's song. Bye, guys! And thanks so much for the support.